Hello YouTube, this is Kevin with Williams Weekend Lawn Cutting Service. I'm here to share another video with you. Alright, today's topic, we're going to talk about how do I price lawn service. There are several different methods out there, but I'm going to share with you what I do and what did I do when I actually first started. And I think I pretty much got a good method here because I'm making a profit, not losing money. First thing you will probably hear on every single video that you watch as far as pricing lawn service is that you need to know your numbers. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You don't know your numbers, you walking around just like this. Everybody do this together. What do you see? You see nothing. Okay, so you walking around kind of with your hands over your eyes. And yes, I get it. You know, you have all this cash coming in. Maybe you get cash payments. Maybe you do the Cash App, Zelle, whatever it may be. But, you know, at the end of the day, or at the end of the year, end of the month, you're going to have to pay some expenses. That's pretty much how it works. It's just like if you do have a 9 to 5, what comes in, you want to keep most of what's coming in versus going out. And, again, you need to know those numbers. Now, the numbers are pretty much separated in two different areas. We have controllable expenses and we have non-controllable expenses. Some people call it fixed, some people call it variable expenses. But it's all pretty much the same depending on what your accounting background is or who you kind of communicate with. But on this video, I'm going to call it non-controllable and controllable. So a good example of a non-controllable expense would be, say if you have a truck payment, you know, you're making monthly payments, that's a non-controllable expense. So you have a more trailer payment, you pay the same thing every single month, that's a non-controllable expense. A controllable expense would be, say you need some trimmer line, or you need to get some gas, some oil, that can be a variable expense. And what it all really comes down to is something that's called break even. So if you spend $1,000 in expenses, you need to make at least $1,000 to cover those expenses. And what is left over, you know, you either put that in your pocket or you just leave it in the bank or leave it as an emergency fund, whatever it may be. Okay, and in addition to that, there's several different types of methods, you know, that you can determine what that price is for a yard, okay, as well. Now, I'm going to let you know, share a little bit with you. My profit margin is 50 to 55%. That's my profit margin. So that means I'm spending 45 to 50% in expenses, and the rest is pure income. You might as well, pure profit, I'll say. You know, and income is, I guess you could say that as well. But it's pure profit. And that really should determine, what are you pricing, okay? All right, but now, of course, the reason why mine is so high is due to the fact I'm a solo guy. You know, I do it by myself, so I don't pay as much out. So that's why my profit margins are 50 to 55%, and I base my prices off that as well. Now, the methods that you can use to determine a price, okay? You can like put in Google yard service near me. Just pick, is normally like 3 or 4 names that might pop up. If you're on a phone, of course on a computer you have more names that pop up. Just pick one, you know. And most people pick whoever had a most 5-star rating. Pick that person to come on out to your house. And what you want to do is you use your house as a baseline and say, hey, and kind of compare that with the different properties that you go out and do estimates on. So get an estimate from them. Also, if you are in the lawn care business, get a well-known company to come out. Whoever the well-known company are in your area, and how you identify them, you see trucks all over the place. That's who the well-known company is in your area. And also the guy that's or gal nowadays, you never know, that is doing lawn care in your own neighborhood. Have them come on over and do an estimate. And you know, that's on your property. And again, that just kind of gives you a baseline of what you might want to charge. But with that being said, you don't know if they charging the correct price. You know, because some customers might, pay a little bit more, And of course, we do have a lot that want to pay a little bit less as well. And I want to share this as far as pricing before we go any further on the video. If y'all remember, like a number of years ago, I think it was Pizza Hut, maybe Domino's. They used to have that $10 pizza. You get 2 or 3 toppings on it. And now I know to this day, when I order pizza, if it's over $10, my mindset has been trained to say, hey, they ripping me off, okay? Even though I know cost of goods have went up and inflation has went up as well, but that always stays up in my mind. So for you folks that's out there, that's the low baller, or some people call it the truck, what is it, Bob in the truck? No, Chuck in the truck, that's who it is. And what happens with that, they really don't last too long, okay? Now, they might last maybe a year, maybe 2, due to the fact if they're not charging enough, they're not able to get to their break-even point. So that means they actually start coming out of their own pocket, and then, that can be an issue. And every year, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm quite sure whoever's been out there for a while, you pretty much don't see the same people all the time. And there is a small amount that you see every single year, when the cutting season is hot and heavy and things like that. And I always call it like, the chucks in the truck, they're pretty like crabs in a barrel, so it's like when one fall, another one pop up. Or say 10 or 20 of them fall, 10 or 20 will pop up, and then they won't last too long, and that's it. But to go back to that, if you are one of those low ballers, or Chuck in the truck, or Bob in the truck, however you want to say it, just take this method so that you can start pricing yards right, because what's going to end up happening, we end up training the customers, hey, say if it's a $75 yard, we cut it for $30. I mean, in their mindset, they've been trained, hey, no, it's a $30 yard, it ain't no $75 yard. So, again, Chuck's in the truck, I'm telling you, you don't last long due to the fact, and it's not finger pointing, nothing like that. Start charging right so it can actually help the whole lawn care community as a whole, okay? Now, also, there's and another thing what I actually utilize is something called Task Easy. It's an app that you can use, or you can actually go online, actually type in the address of the property, and you can actually draw the square, the lawn, kind of outline the lawn and things like that, and it give you the average price that they would charge to have someone actually come out and do the yard. But that's a good tool that you should, that you can actually utilize if you have no clue. So, it gave you 4 different things, 4 different methods. And of course, if you do use the Google, the well-known company, the local person, of course, you don't want to try to beat out the bottom line person, say person doing like $40 for your yard, and you say, well, I'm gonna charge $35. No. I always think high, because hopefully you want to make money out of this, because now we think, like depending on how big your lawnmower is, say we put $10, $15 in the mower. Yeah, we might not think that's a lot, but we do have to take that mower, we have to drive that mower somewhere. So that stuff is expensive, over time. So just please take that into account. And if there's nothing else that you learned from this today, know those numbers. No ifs, ands, or but about it. Just know the numbers. All right. And thanks for watching, and see you on another one.